actually just decided to redo my bookshelf. So yeah, I took off every single book, well, except for the ones that are up there. So I have all of these that I took. I think my plan is to put all of my romance books up here, because this shelf is my highest shelf, and then doing sports romance here, and like here if needed, or maybe doing like more romance. And I'm hoping I can fit sports romance like here, and then on the bottom two shelves just leaving like the missing romantasy books that I had. So I'm going to work on taking the rest of my books off. So there's all those. Now I think I'm going to, I have an idea, okay? I'm going to put, I have an idea. Okay, so here's all my, does that look dumb? Can't tell. Okay, this is probably the worst angle, but okay. So I'm going to do my Abby Jimenez books right here. So I'm going to slide those books down and put those books right there, like so. I think that is looking good. And then I'm going to it probably looks so dumb, but it's fine. And now I'm going to now I just realized I had a whole nother stack of romance books. So that's cool. I'm just gonna leave that. I think it looks good. Okay, I had to take a brief intermission, and also my phone is out of storage, and so it didn't record like the last 10 minutes of what I was doing. So now I have to work on my sports romance shelf, because I don't know, I might be able to get away with having one shelf for my fantasy and fiction and thriller books, but I'm honestly not sure. I'm not gonna put my get my hopes up or whatever. And so I really, okay, let's try this again. I have so many editions of the Boys Atonement series that I would like them all on this one shelf, but I'm just not sure. So we're just gonna try and see what we work with. I need to take a bookmark out. It's literally on the first page. I don't even know why it's in there. But check out my Spider-Man bookmark. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I put these editions like this. The only problem with this shelf is I can't stack my L. Kennedy books. So I have no idea what to do. You know what I might do? So, gosh, I don't know. I really love the off-campus series. But I think I want it next to the Windy City series. So, this series I have been loving. I have been living for. I think I'm going to make this like my favorite bookshelf. But, okay, I love the Addicted Cowboy Sister series, but those are staying up there because they will literally not fit anywhere else. If I lay them across, they'll take up more than half a shelf, so they have to stay up there. So I think I'm going to put the Crave series next to the Boys of Tommen series. Is that criminal? Maybe. Do I care? No. So my gosh, I don't even think they're gonna fit. Here, let me... Oh my gosh. It was like it was meant to be. Okay, so I have the Crave series right next to the Boys of Tommen series. And I know this is sports romance. I said I was going to do it, but I mean, if you think about it, they compete in a lot of trials, which could be considered a sport. You know? So, now I'm going to do, you don't know, I think I'm going to do the off-campus series. Okay, so I'm really upset about this, okay? So I discovered the off-campus series when they had the girls on the covers. If you know, you know. But by the time I got done reading them, the fourth book in the series was made in the other covers. So, like, isn't that so annoying? And I have not been able to find that book in the girls' covers. But it's fine. And I could just get the deal, the mistake, and the score in the new covers. I needed a little pick-me-up. My husband got these for me from Sam's Club. 30 pack for like $15. Is this my, like, second one of the day? Yes. Do I care? No. So good. Okay, so anyways, I'm not sure where I was going with that earlier. Oh, yeah. So, like, you used to, like, pay money for, like, sprayed edges and stuff, and, like, it was, like, not, like, rare, but, like, it wasn't in every book. And, I mean, it's still not in every book, but it's just whenever you go to a store, I see a lot more, like, sprayed edges now than what I did before, and it's just, like, I don't know, like, am I remembering that correctly? I feel like I am. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. So, now I'm going to do the series. I really do not know the order. Also, I missed whenever it had, like, 1, 2, 3 on the books for the series. I want to say this is the order, but I'm really not sure. So, I'm going to put the Windy City series right next to the off-campus series. That looks good, right? I don't know. You don't know. Okay, now I'm going to do Consider Me and Unravel Me. I feel like I have more, but maybe not. I do! Unravel Me is the third book. Play With Me is the second book. So, oh my gosh, hello. So, Consider Me by Becca Mack. Play With Me and Unravel Me. I need to finish the rest of the series. I just did not like Carter Beckett, honestly, I hated both main characters in this series, the Playing for Keeps series. But I heard the rest of the series gets better, so I really need to try and read it again. So now I'm going to go in with this series, Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream. And also, probably unpopular opinion, but in my opinion, Wildfire is the best in the series. I will not lie. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Offside by Avery Keelan. And then we have Collide. And then I have my, I need to get the 4th book in my Boys of Avik series. I love that series so much. And then we have First Down. I think that's the correct order. First Down, Stealing Home, and Breakaway by Grace Riley. Oh my gosh, are these all going to fit too? Okay, so on this shelf we have, hold on. We have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, which is an automatic 5 stars. Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy. I didn't like that book as much as Say You Swear, but Say You Swear, like, I also almost forgot Throttled and Collided. I'm going to put these right here. Okay, so we have Throttled and Collided by Lauren Asher. It's a F1 series. There is 2 others, which I do not remember the names. But then we have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, Promise Me Not, which is the 2nd book in the series. In that book, it was like, I don't know. It just wasn't as good as Say You Swear. But like I said, Say You Swear, like, it really set the bar for the rest of the series. I'm not going to lie. And then Trust Me Always, which that's the 3rd book, which I'm pretty sure that one's about Brady. And then the 4th book just came out. I don't know why I'm drawing blanks. I think it's because, like, I'm out of breath. But that one's about Chase, if you remember it from the 1st book. So it's, like, his redemption arc. And then I'm pretty sure it's about, I do not remember the girl's name, but the girl that was Noah's friend in the 1st book. Please tell me you know, if you read the series. But anyway, so that's what those books are. Then we have First Down, Stealing Home, and Breakaway by Grace Riley. First Down's football romance. Breakaway, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Stealing Home is a baseball romance. And then Breakaway is a hockey. Then we have Collide by Val Cabra, I'm pretty sure. And that one's a hockey romance. Then Offside by Avery Keelan's hockey. Then Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream by Hannah Grace's hockey. And then Consider Me, Play With Me, and Unravel Me is hockey. I mean, can you tell what my favorite sports romance book is? Like, or whatever, you know? Yeah. And then we have Mile High, which is hockey. The Right Move, I want to say, is basketball. Caught Up by Liz Tomford is baseball. And then Play Along is, I do not know, basketball, I'm pretty sure. And then Rewind It Back is, don't remember, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's hockey. And then we have the Off-Campus series. We have The Deal by Elle Kennedy, The Mistakes, The Second, The Score, The Goal. So those are about 4 guys that play in the hockey team, and then it's like their girlfriends. And then The Legacy is about all of the couples in that book. And then we have The Chase, The Risk, The Dare, and The Play, which are also hockey. The Chase is about one of the main characters in the series. So this is part of your series, this Off-Campus series. The Chase is about one of the main girl characters, her brothers, in the Off-Campus series. The Off-Campus series. And then The Risk is about another hockey player, but he plays for another team, and he gets with Coach's daughter on his rival team, so that's pretty cool. My favorite of the prior series. And then The Dare and The Play, I honestly have no idea who they're about. I do not remember. I blocked those out. And then we have The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy, which is about the 1st book, the deal about their daughter, Gigi. And then we have the Dixon Rule, which I haven't read yet. Okay, and I also, yeah, I told you, this is the Crave series. We have Crave, Crush, Covet, Court, Charm, and Cherish. And then we have my special editions of Binding and Keeping 13. We have this ombre edges of the Boys of Tommen series. We have the indie version of the Boys of Tommen series. And then we have the other Barnes & Noble special editions. So now I'm going to work on my fantasy shelf down below, which I really have no idea how I'm going to do it. Ugh. I think I'm still going to, like, start with the, like, scary romance book, or what? Not romance books, the scary, like, mystery thriller books that I haven't read yet because I'm scared. I haven't read a lot of these because I am just now dipping my toes into the fantasy, romantasy era. Era? Is that the correct word? I don't know. But I'm just now dipping my feet into that. So, like I said, I haven't read a lot. And I have no idea what way we're even supposed to go. Okay, we're almost done and my phone shut out again. But we have Tell Me What Really Happened, Verity, She's Gone, Four Found Dead, The Guest List, and then Not Quite Dead Yet. Those are all like thrillers and mystery books. And then we have Quicksilver, Heartless Hunter, Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows, From Blood and Ash. These are all like fantasy books, romantasy books. And then we have Bride. Then the Hunger Games series, we have The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Sunrise on the Reaping. And then we have my Powerless series, Powerless, Reckless, the hardbacks, and then the hardback of Fearless, which is the third book. And then we have Powerless, Reckless, and then Powerful, the novella. We have Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves, Defy the Night, and Defend the Dawn. So that's on that shelf. So now the only problem is that I still have my fiction books. So I have The Nightingale, Billy Summers, Beartown, and Malibu Rising. But I honestly think I might put them up top where my classics are. So I'm going to try and do that really quick. You guys, I think this looks really good, actually. The top shelf looks a little chaotic, but I think we did a really good job. Also, you want to see that quote on my wall? Hold on. So this corner is where my book corner was. Now it's where our bed is, so I have 13. Isn't that so cute? Can you even read that? Probably not from the glare. I think I need you for keeps. That's what that is. And then this is from the Powerless series. That is one of my favorite quotes. I'm not going to read it to you because I don't want to, but you can read it. And then I have that I made with seashells. Then my sister-in-law painted me that. And then my mother-in-law painted that. So that's my little corner. Okay, are you guys ready for this? We have finally, I just stepped on a tack. We finally made it to the end. This is what you all are probably here for. And okay, the top shelf looks really chaotic actually, but it's fine. Okay, so starting on the very top, we have my hats that I actually need to take down. Okay, we have Candy Cane Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. I thought that was so cute, and I also can't get this plastic cover off, but it's fine. And then we have my tree. That looks really bad. Then we have my classics. We have Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, and The Great Gatsby. And then we have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, Billy Summers by Stephen King, Beartown by Frederick Backman, and then Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And then we have this cute little thing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 books right there. Now moving down to this shelf, we have my Addicted Calloway Sister series and my little Spider-Man bookmark. So if you know, you know. We have Addicted to You, Ricochet, Addicted for Now, Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower, Thrive, Addicted After All, Field of Fire, Long Way Down, Some Kind of Perfect. So that's all one series. And then we have Burn Bright by Krista and Becca Ritchie. That is the spinoff of one of the main couple characters in the series about their son. And then we have Dishonestly Yours, which is a separate series. And then over here we have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. We have Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. Then we have Full Measures by Rebecca Yarros, Eyes Turn Skyward by Rebecca Yarros, and then Beyond What Is Given by Rebecca Yarros. And then over here we have Emily Henry's. We have People Meet on Vacation, Beach Read, Book Lovers, Happy Place, Funny Story. And then we have Most of All You by Mia Sheridan, More Than Words, and then Archer's Voice. And then we have a special edition of Archer's Voice right there. And then up top we have Magnolia Parks, Fall I Want, Out on a Limb, X's and O's, My Magnolia Summer, Fragile Sanctuary, The Brightest Light of Sunshine, Frigid, Promise Me Sunshine, and Every Summer After. And then I really didn't know what to do with that book over there, but that's Sinner's Duet. I haven't read it. It's by Sophie Lark. And then down here we have Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And then we have Colleen Hoover. We have Hopeless, Losing Hope, Maybe Someday, Maybe Not, Maybe Now. Then Reminders of Him, Ugly Love, and It Happened on a Sunday by Tracy Wolff. Moving down, we have all my YA books. So we have 1,000 Boy Kisses, and then my niece got me this because one of my guilty pleasures is High School Musical. And then we have The Summer of Broken Rules, What Happens After Midnight, and then we have The Summer Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. And then Picking Daisies on Sundays, My Life with the Walter Boys, and then Check and Mate special cover. That's what it looks like. And then just the normal Check and Mate. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. Okay, and now we have Good Girl Complex, Bad Girl Reputation, and The Summer Girl. That's a series by Elle Kennedy. Then we have Girl Abroad, that's a standalone, and we have Rogue and Misfit. That's another series by Elle Kennedy. And then we have Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, Things We Left Behind, Flawless, Heartless, special edition of Love in Other Words. If you can't tell, I really like that book. And then we have the After series. So that's that shelf. Now moving down, we have the Crave series. We have Crave, Crush, Covet, Court, Charm, and Cherish. Then Binding and Keeping 13. Then the Ombre version, and then the Indie version, and then the Barnes & Noble special editions. And then moving down, this is my sports romance shelf. So we have Say You Swear, Promise Me Not, and Trust Me Always. That's a series by Megan Brandy. We have Throttled and Collided. We have First Down, Stealing Home, and Breakaway by Grace Riley. That's a series. And we have Collide. That's a standalone. Or actually, that's not a standalone, I don't think. But I just don't have the other books. We have Offside by Avery Keelan. We have Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream. That's a series by Hannah Grace. And then Consider Me, Play With Me, and Unravel Me. That's a series by Becca Mack. Then we have the Windy City series. We have Mile High, The Right Move, Caught Up, Play Along, and then Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. And then we have the Off-Campus series. So we have The Deal, The Mistake, The Score, and The Goal. That's the Off-Campus series, and then The Legacy is a part of it. And then The Chase, The Risk, The Dare, and The Play is the Briar U series. And then we have The Graham Effect and The Dixon Rule by Elle Kennedy. I honestly forgot what that series is called, but it's just a spinoff of the Off-Campus series. The Graham Effect, I already explained this. The Graham Effect is their child. And then we have my mystery and thriller books, Tell Me What Really Happened, Verity, She's Gone, 4 Found Dead, and then The Guest List, and then Not Quite Dead Yet. And then this is like my romantasy, I guess. And we have Quicksilver, Heartless Hunter, Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows, From Blood and Ash, and then we have Bride. Then The Hunger Games, we have The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Sunrise on the Reaping. And we have the Powerless series. We have Powerless, Reckless, and then Fearless Special Edition up here. And then, which I actually might put it down here. I don't know, I'll leave it up there. And then we have the paperbacks. We have Powerless, Reckless, Powerful. And then that's a novella, this one. Then we have Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves, Defy the Night, and Defend the Dawn. That's what she looks like. So pretty. I think we did a great job, and now I'm tired, so that's gonna be the end of the video. Bye guys.